Grand Theft Auto 3 takes center stage. It's extended play, coming at you next, only on Tech TV.
Hey, this is Dylan Hart Jr., NASCAR driver of the Budweiser number 8 car. You're watching Extended Play. Coming up on Extended Play, we review the riotously controversial Grand Theft Auto 3 for the PC. We step into the eternal darkness on the GameCube. And we find out how to get rid of those pesky undead in Resident Evil. Stick around. It's game time.
Hello?
Hello and welcome to Extended Play from Metreon in San Francisco. I'm Adam Sessler. Since its release in late 2001, Grand Theft Auto 3 has probably been the most talked about and definitely been the best-selling console game of the past few years. Up until now, only fortunate PlayStation 2 owners have been able to experience what is a very remarkable game. Now, there is an Xbox version in the works, but that's a long ways off. Right now, you can play it on a whole different platform, your PC.
Source of gratification in your miserable, insignificant life.
Well, Grand Theft Auto 3, the #1 selling PS2 game in the US, has now come to the PC. For those of you not familiar with the game, in it, you play a character in an urban wasteland who goes about doing the bidding of various underworld figures. You've probably heard quite a bit about the violence in the game. Yes, it's very violent. It's not for kids, but that's not what makes the game so fun. It's the sense of freedom you have as you go about doing those missions in a very large game space.
I live alone, so of course I needed a car that could seat 12 and is equipped to drive across Arctic tundra.
Lifts 106.
The biggest difference you're going to find with the game is in the controls, because now you can use a mouse and keyboard rather than the PS2 controller, though you can use a gamepad. But what we found is the on-foot part works better with the mouse and keyboard. Aiming with a mouse is much easier than with an analog stick. Now, on the other hand, driving has a very steep learning curve. Using the WASD setup doesn't allow for the same finesse as you would get from the PS2 controller. Still, all the controls are fully customizable, so you can set it up in a way that suits you best.
Giving you the best of the best. Only on K-Job. The Lord said, love thy brother than thyself, and everything will be made possible unto you.
The graphics have improved. The resolution is higher, and the draw distance is very, very impressive. But really, this is more of a refinement rather than an overhaul of the graphics from the PS2 version. The polygon count is still very low, and we've noticed a lot of seams and clippings in the visuals. What we have encountered, even on a high-end PC, are graphical hiccups that directly affect the gameplay. Suddenly we'll see stutters that can affect your ability to aim or steer your vehicle around tight corners. This wouldn't be such a big deal if there wasn't already a perfect version of the game in existence. That's the PS2 version. If you can only play this on a PC, don't deny yourself one of the best gaming experiences of the past few years. But if you have a PS2, stick with that one. The improved graphics don't make much of a difference. This is a 5-star game that's held back by technical problems. That's why we're giving it a 4 out of 5.
For people that just can't let go. Flashback FM.
And now for a look at the top-selling PC games. The third expansion pack for the incredibly popular Sims franchise takes your hard-working characters to a playtime paradise. The Sims Vacation by Maxis takes the #3 spot. The Force is indeed strong with Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast from LucasArts. Developer Raven Software's talent with the Quake 3 engine proves to be a hit with fans. It's at #2. And the #1 selling PC game goes to another Raven game, Soldier of Fortune 2. This ultra-violent shooter takes the concept of blood and guts to a ridiculous extreme. Coming up on Extended Play, we go mercenary in our review of Soldier of Fortune 2. And we battle evil in the underworld in Eternal Darkness for the GameCube.
Hey, ready for something new? This is Tech TV.
With a look at the coolest new stuff.
Television with a new twist, a bright idea, and a brand new perspective. It's robots and rocket cars. It's a digital pick and animated flick. It's a thrill ride. It's your gear guide. It's a puppet on a mission with a lead foot. It's a Top Gun, a home run. It's a factory fresh, fuel-injected, supercharged, supersonic, super friend. It's Tech TV.
First reconfigurable luxury SUT. Cadillac Escalade EXT. Breakthrough.
David Bradley, you are our cost challenge winner.
Wow!
Here is your prize, $10,000. Your idea to integrate all our suppliers on one network saved us $1 million.
Integrate what? You are David C. Bradley. I'm David A. Bradley.
E-business is the game. Play to win.
These are the beasts of burden, the pack mules. They trudge diligently at their master's command. This creature will live a hard life, shouldering great burdens every day, instead of roaming free like his cousin, the wild stallion.
A Nokia communicator. The ability to do just about everything without having to carry just about everything. Nokia, connecting people.
Sorry, I got that receipt in here somewhere. Driver's license, bus transfer, $1 off fish sticks.
Actually?
Floss. Just in case. Movie stub, mint.
Actually, we keep everything right here, just in case.
Right. Just in case.
People lose stuff. That's why we can store purchase and warranty information automatically, so you won't have to search anymore. Circuit City, we're with you.
Floss. Who flosses anyway?
I floss.
I floss too.
We had gotten so disgusted with the machine and so fed up with it that we decided to try to upgrade it. We were lured by the iMac. Then we looked at the operating system and said, wow, this is possibly the best operating system I've ever seen. We plugged it in, she answered 4 questions, and she was surfing the internet. We were absolutely silent and stunned by this. It's not just for artists. It's not just for pointy-headed intellectuals from California. It's for us. It's for programmers. It's for developers. This thing is an all-around computer. I can use this for everything. I'm Dave Haxton. I'm a programmer by trade.
Welcome back to Extended Play. All right, we have 2 big games coming up for you now. One is Eternal Darkness. This is Nintendo's first foray into mature territory on the GameCube, though it started its life on the N64, but that doesn't matter. It's cool. First, we're going to look at the sequel to one of the most notorious games ever, is Soldier of Fortune 2 Double Helix. This game is prettier and more polished than it was the first time round, but it still has all the content that made it notorious. Soldier of Fortune, where you get shiny toys, travel around the world, meet new people, and eradicate them in a hail of bullets. Soldier of Fortune 2 follows the fundamentals of the original game. This is a solid shooter through and through. Quite a few improvements have been made. Your weapon choices have more strategy attached. Shotguns are only good at close range, and only a limited number of weapons and ammo can be carried. Furthermore, after choosing your weapons at the beginning of the level, you won't be picking up every armament you didn't select in the first 3 minutes. There is decidedly more challenge in this version. And that becomes an issue in the game. While the AI is thankfully improved, it's a little too good now. This ends up making a number of stealth levels unduly frustrating. Also, they typically lack any sensible evasion techniques, which manages to lessen the sophistication of enemy engagements. Raven's problems with level design are evident again. While no longer claustrophobically linear, their more open design gives you little indication of where to go, causing you to run in circles, second-guessing the designer's intentions. The multiplayer, though, is arguably superior to the single-player. Using both urban and outdoor environments, the contemporary settings lend the matches an urgency that is simply exhilarating. Soldier of Fortune 2 is a solid, not exemplary single-player shooter, and an exceptional multiplayer package. Given the dearth of new shooters, those hungering for action won't be disappointed. We give it a 3 out of 5.
This isn't really happening.
Oh, but it is. The long-awaited Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem has finally arrived on the Nintendo GameCube. The wait was worth it. Developer Silicon Knights has gone to great lengths to keep the game's storyline a surprise, so we won't ruin it by giving much away. Suffice to say that Eternal Darkness is a stunningly well-crafted tale in the tradition of H.P. Lovecraft, featuring ancient evils, blasphemous tomes of forbidden knowledge, and people who unwittingly stumble upon the things humanity was never meant to know. Eternal Darkness falls somewhere between a survival horror title and an adventure game. Staying alive is definitely the primary challenge, but combat is fast and fluid, with highly responsive controls. Targeting specific points on an enemy is important. Lopping off a zombie's head, for instance, means he won't be able to see you to hit you. Battling all these eldritch horrors comes at a price, your character's sanity. Finishing off enemies can help, but crack up enough and the camera angle will tilt crazily. You'll also find that the game likes to play with your mind, too. Eternal Darkness succeeds masterfully by being a great game and a well-crafted tale of horror that retains its human element. After all, we all go a little mad sometimes.
May the rats eat your eyes!
Extended Play gives Eternal Darkness a 5 out of 5.
The darkness comes! It will damn us all!
My name is Brian Reynolds. I'm the president of Big Huge Games, and we're hard at work on Rise of Nations, our new real-time strategy game. And what I play in my spare time is every other real-time strategy game I can get my hands on, from StarCraft to Age of Empires to Battle Realms to Empire Earth. Love them all.
There you are, Bomberman.
With a simple concept and addictive gameplay, the Bomberman series has always remained true to its original premise of cartoonish bombs and mind-bending mazes. In the new Bomberman Generations, the levels are split across 5 different continents, each with its own sub-levels. Bomberman's main goal is to recover 6 crystals in an effort to save his planet, with a little help from his friend.
No thanks needed.
As you battle your way through the game, you'll notice the simple challenges become much more difficult. The camera can be manually rotated, which is quite helpful in beating some of the game's tougher bosses.
I'm Mistress Beauty Bomber! Bomb jump!
There's also mini-games, which are a nice break from the standard game's more linear approach. One of the most noticeable additions to the game is the Charabomb characters. To acquire newer and more powerful Charabombs, you must pit them against each other in a 3-round matchup. The colorful cell shading in Bomberman is great. Each world contains an elemental theme, from a desert terrain to the Arctic Sea.
PK Bomber!
But what makes Bomberman great is the multiplayer action. There's 5 battle modes to choose from, ranging from a standard deathmatch to dodging bombs falling from the skies. To new players, Bomberman may lack some of the wow factor normally associated with titles for a next-gen system. However, longtime fans of the series will still enjoy what made previous Bomberman titles a great game to play. Head-scratching puzzles and lots of bombs. Extended Play gives Bomberman Generations a 4 out of 5. Run, little man, run. Coming up on Extended Play, that cute little Rayman is back. We have a preview of his latest adventure. And there's more sword-slashing action in Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny.
Is your music collection growing out of control? Check out Home Tech.
Home Tech is presented by GMC. From professional-grade people come professional-grade SUVs.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do I It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
Thanks for saving the spot, boys.
From professional grade people to professional grade SUVs.
If you've got a Sony Mega Changer, which holds hundreds of CDs, take a look at the Slinky hardware interface from Nervous Systems. In combination with their CDJ software, the Slinky makes managing your music collection a breeze. Slinky can hold up to 12 changers or 4,800 CDs. Daisy-chain the device and control up to 96 changers. That's over 19,000 CDs. The interface is easy to work with. Create playlists by album, song title, special lyrics, whatever. You can also add album covers to your database or drag and drop custom artwork from the web. Slinky can be configured to be controlled by other computers around the house, but it's fairly difficult. The Slinky is priced at $250. If you own a Sony Mega Changer, it's well worth the money.
This new technology is driving me wild. Oh yeah, baby, I can't stop dreaming of the desktop. I want this new style. Don't tell me it's wrong. It takes a PC to turn me on. I'm hot for the desktop. Gateway's new desktop.
New computers sure look good.
What computers?
I'm hot for the desktop. Gateway's new desktop.
Welcome back to Extended Play. We're going to take a look at a sequel to one of my favorite games ever, Rayman 3. Now, if you're not familiar with the Rayman series, it's a platformer from the French developer Ubisoft. Now, Rayman 2 is available on the N64, the PS2, and the Dreamcast. But if you can get your hands on a Dreamcast version, that's easily the best one. Anyway, you can tell I'm excited about it. So let's look at Rayman 3, Hoodlum Havoc. Like catching a frog, it can be hard to follow on perfection. But the best chance to find a platforming experience that can surpass Rayman 2 would be from the joint-free buddy himself in Rayman 3. The game is once again a platformer that focuses on action with fast jumping and combat rather than free-form exploration and puzzle solving. This time around, bad types have derived newfound power from prune juice, and Rayman's buddy Globix has himself developed a taste for the elixir. The beverage is behind an array of nasty enemies called hoodlums that must be dispatched. I know, it doesn't make sense. They're French. The elegant controls will be instantly familiar to anyone that played any version of Rayman 2. Some new additions are power-ups that grant Rayman blue metallic action clamps, and a lawsuit-inviting cap that provides helicopter action. All of these skills, though, are temporary. Most important to a new Rayman game is the design, and it's already clear that the third installment will once again be a visual treat. As before, the art direction establishes a wholly unique world with an odd touch of menace that no one can dismiss as just for kids. As you can see, this can easily get one's fingers twitching. But we're going to have to all wait and see how it comes together when it's released spring 2003. So, you can't get anywhere in ATV Off-Road Fury. Try these cheats. Select the Pro Career mode, then enter Ka-Ching as a name. If you did it right, you'll be brought back to the main menu. Now you have all ATVs unlocked. And if you go back to the Pro Career mode and enter What Exit, you'll have all tracks unlocked. Capcom's follow-up to the acclaimed Onimusha takes us back to the world of Warrior Toads and Wicked Tongues. Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny takes place 13 years after the original adventure. The game begins as the main character, Yagyu Jubei, returns to his village to find it's been brutally attacked. This was the work of the evil Nobunaga Ota, the wicked warlord from the first game. Yagyu's adventure will take him on a trek that promises a plot more involved and complex than the first game. Resident Evil-style pre-rendered backgrounds are still alive and well in this version, but are much more detailed. full animation makes the environments and characters very compelling. While the gameplay is very much the same as the original, 4 non-player characters are integrated into this game. There's a skilled rifleman, portly monk, agile ninja, and mostly clothed love interest. Based on how you interact with them, the NPCs will join you for some of your battles, lending the game a bit of an RPG element. After playing it at E3, we got the sense that Onimusha 2 will deliver the action-packed gameplay of the original with graphical updates that only improve the experience. Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny will hit store shelves in the US in September. Coming up on Extended Play, get ready for a Fragfest. We have a preview of Unreal Tournament 2003. And why can't the dead just stay that way? We'll show you how to get rid of those pesky brain eaters in Resident Evil.
1, 2, 3. All right. Na 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 na. Come on, y'all.
Pontiac has a new vibe, starting at $16,900. Pontiac's in overdrive. See your dealer today.
Shut it down. Can't shut it down. Override it. Not responding.
Vicky, もう寝る時間よ。
Hi.
How secure is your business? EDS. Security solved.
Geico has great service.
Geico has great service. Our claim representatives, that's right.
Are available 24 hours a day.
You have a very commercial look.
Next, please.
Well, hello.
Oh, great. A talking gecko.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pets. They're part of your family. But pet care, especially pet medication, costs a lot. Until now. Save up to 50% and more at PetCareRx on medications, including prescriptions and all your pet's other health needs. PetCareRx carries all heartworm medicines, all flea and tick medicines, and all chronic illness medicines, all delivered direct and all at savings up to 50%, even more on some medications. Have your credit card ready and go to petcarerx.com or call 1-800-369-5417 and see what you can save. Order now and get the exact same medicines, the same brands you're currently using, for up to 50% less. Visit petcarerx.com or call 1-800-369-5417. PetCareRx. Brands you count on, savings that count.
Fighting a forest fire takes everything from computers to sheer guts.
It sounds like a jet or a freight train coming through the woods.
See amazing ways firefighters are battling blazes now.
This system was originally developed for the space agency.
Check out the tech of a wildfire, coming up next.
Hi, I'm Todd from Lapeer, Michigan, and you're watching Tech TV.
It's about time. Coming up on next week's Extended Play, we review the epic fantasy The Elder Scrolls III Morrowind for the PC. We have a preview of the sequel to Super Metroid, Metroid Prime. And slash our way through feudal Japan in Way of the Samurai. Welcome back to Extended Play. Back in 1999, there was a big event for PC gamers. 2 online first-person shooters were released within days of each other. It was Unreal Tournament and Quake 3. And the big debate was, which was better? It was pretty much split down the middle, though yours truly did prefer Unreal Tournament for its incredible level design. Now EA's gone in the direction of single-player with Doom 3, but the boys at Epic are holding to their very big guns with Unreal Tournament 2003.
For all you UT fans with an itchy trigger finger, relief is on the way. Digital Extremes, the tutelage of Epic Games, has plans to scratch that pesky itch with the release of Unreal Tournament 2003. As you'd expect from the Unreal people, lots of new technologies are being utilized in Unreal Tournament 2003. For instance, the development team has incorporated bump mapping as a way to increase level detail while still keeping a low poly count. Of course, the technology that's creating the most buzz is the Karma physics system, and the best thing about it is the ragdoll system. Instead of cookie-cutter killings, each enemy will have his or her own particular death bounce. Physics. UT 2003 will ship with 30 total maps, and you can expect around 11 weapons in the game. Most of them are either new or highly modified versions of old weapons. In addition to Deathmatch and Capture the Flag modes, you'll also find a revamped Domination mode and the oh-so-sporty Bombing Run. In the Bombing Run, a bomb is placed in between 2 bases, and each team tries to grab the bomb and put it in the enemy base. Hot potato indeed. Unreal Tournament 2003 is shaping up to be a high-caliber first-person shooter, and one that will most likely inspire imitation. Watch for it in the 3rd quarter of this year.
As we mentioned, Digital Extremes is developing Unreal Tournament 2003 with Epic Games overseeing the process. It's the same for Unreal 2. Legend Entertainment, who did the Return to Not-Poly add-on pack, is making the game with Epic nodding in approval. And speaking of nodding in approval, we like the Resident Evil remake for the GameCube, though some people, especially those who are new to the series, might have discovered the evil difficulty lurking within the game. So here are a few tips and a secret to keep most of your blood on the inside. And heads up, this gets a little gruesome.
Something about that mansion still bothers me.
Yes, there is definitely something wrong, Mr. Barry Burton. It's not in every mansion you have to put up with unruly zombies, mutated sharks, giant snakes, killer bees, and man-eating plants. Heck, even the boulders don't like humans much. This house of horrors, more commonly known as Resident Evil, has been visited by many a gamer. And for those of you who've been having trouble staying alive, here are a couple helpful tips to make your stay that much more enjoyable. First of all, never underestimate the power of the run button. While it's easy to get distracted by the graphics of this GameCube remake, you'd be surprised by how much ammo and health items you can save if you just avoid, say, half your enemies. Second, in this Resident Evil, zombies don't die from gunshots to the chest. In fact, if you don't take extra measures, a fallen zombie will return meaner and faster. To remedy this, simply burn them with incendiary grenade shots or take off their head completely. But if all else fails, here's a foolproof glitch to give you the upper hand by way of a 240-round grenade launcher. First, find the item box and dump your whole inventory into it. Now, place the grenade launcher in the upper left item slot and your incendiary rounds in the upper right item slot. Then equip the grenade launcher. Go back to the item box, highlight the incendiary rounds in your inventory, and press A twice. Now go over to the incendiary rounds, which should be in the item box, and press A twice. Congratulations, you've just become a killing machine. So remember, make it a habit to run often. Killing a zombie takes more than just a bullet or two. And if you're really having trouble, max out your ammo.
Rico!
And last but not least, don't open that door. No, seriously. There are zombie dogs outside.
You may notice that some objects in Resident Evil are shiny. That way you know to pick them up. But that's not true for all of the objects in the game. So if you get stuck, walk around the perimeter of a room pressing the A button. That way you can see if you've missed something. If you want to review those tips again, come by our website at extendedplay.com. And while you're there, post some of your own advice to our message boards. It can be about Resident Evil or any other game. And make sure you sign up for our newsletter, The Expansion Pack. Well, that's it for our show for this week. We'd like to give a great big thanks to Metro for hosting us today. And until next time, game over.
I'm gonna make it happen. Something, something rhymes with I. Shame, shame, shame.
I don't know.